All right. Thank you, Rocky. So I think we timed out. We nailed it good. Sorry about the kind of technical difficulties we've had the last couple weeks here. Rocky's been working hard trying to, get this up and running. And, a couple weeks ago, Facebook kind of pulled a fast one on us, unplugged one of their features where Rocky could bring somebody on live and things like that. But, like I said, Rocky worked super hard, especially to get last week the World of Concrete, that footage from World of Concrete. That was absolutely awesome to see some stuff from World of Concrete. And, hopefully you guys can hear Rocky. I'm hoping you guys can, because me, I can't hear him. So we're kind of playing a little bit of sign language back and forth here. And, but we want to bring this value to you guys. And we want to just, bring some awesome content. So introduce myself. For those that don't know me, my name is Joseph Toppi. I run High Performing Contractor. And what I do is I work with contractors to coach and train them in the business side, the business development side, specifically around the financial aspect, pricing, bidding, knowing their numbers, knowing their financial intelligence, work around the employee side, helping contractors to hire better employees, train properly, to develop community, culture, connection within their business, and have longevity with their employees, and as well on the systems and processes side. So to help build systems and processes within your company so that as a business owner, you have a developed systems so that you can go about your business and run your business with ease, so your business isn't becoming a job and you're wearing so many hats and overwhelmed and overtired. I mean, I know some of you guys watching probably can relate to that at times, and where there's the overload. So that's what I do now. But I'll tell you, the real connection I have with this group and the interest I have with this group is my largest construction company. Now, for the last 20 years, I've owned and operated construction companies. And, I started out the guy with the half-ton and hammer and trying to do everything. And, I tell this story of the times where I'd come home and my kitchen table's full of blueprints and we're eating supper on the floor as a family because the kitchen table's blueprints and, notepads and things. I've been there. Missing kids' little league games and missing time with the family and working weekends. And, through time, I built different companies. And the largest company I had and the most successful company I had was actually Commercial Industrial Concrete. And, I loved that company. I loved that work. And I will be honest with all of you, I don't know concrete. Well, let me rephrase that. I didn't know concrete. I actually got into it because I saw an opportunity. I saw a need, and at that point in my career and within businesses, I was more the business guy, the numbers guy, the guy running the management and the HR and the financial end of it. And I saw this huge need in my area. And I ended up hiring great guys that knew concrete. And those guys, they kicked butt, they rocked it, they did awesome. And I sat back and I ran the business aspect. And through the years I had it, I learned the concrete and developed it. I won't lie to you. I didn't go out. I didn't, pour the concrete, but, I kept all of the rest of it going. And I've been to World of Concrete a few times. I used to take my guys out there just kind of as a bonus and a thank you for just rocking it and being all-stars. And, and I love the industry. And I've been in many industries, and I have to tell you, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on concrete everything, but it was probably the best industry I was in, and absolutely love working with concrete guys when I had the opportunity, because it's a great industry full of great guys. And don't tell any of the other trades guys, but it's probably the most manly men of any industry, So I'll give that a shout out for sure. So that is my connection with the concrete industry, and my passion to bring value to the concrete industry here. So that's a little bit about me, where I come from. And now, I wish I had some audio on Rocky, because I know he was going to kind of feed me some questions, things like that. I don't know if you want to try texting or something, but I'm just going to, I'm going to freelance it here. And we will see where this goes. So, and if you have any questions, please, guys, I think I can see your comments here. I'm going to actually click it on my phone here as well, the live. So hopefully I can see some questions if you guys have it, because, I really, I want to, answer any questions you guys might have. I want to bring some value to you. So today, one thing I want to talk about real quick, and I'm going to talk about this because I think Rocky and I think we have some more of this coming on a weekly kind of thing. Awesome. So we'll delve deep into other things. But I'm going to talk today about what I call the business triangle. And I said to you, where I came into the concrete industry as the business side. I was the business guy, right? I didn't know the trade. I didn't know it. And in every business, there's actually 3 businesses within a business. You have your operations. This is your, what most of you guys, you do. It's the do work, right? You're going out there, you're pouring the concrete, you're forming the, the walls, the gray beams, you're doing the work. And a lot of guys, they stop there and they focus on that. But what's overlooked is the other 2. And one of them is the sales. You need to sell to get the work to do, right? So it's the get side of it, the sales. And then the third one is the business. And this is very crucial part of running any business. It's the actual business side. This is where your strategy comes in, your financial intelligence comes in. This is where, knowing your numbers and having your contracts in line and keeping your cash flow managed and controlled. And it's the business side of it. So when I do this, and if I was going to sketch it or whiteboard it, I draw kind of your triangle. And at the top is your operations. That's your do. But the operations is not there. You're not doing it. You can't be in it if you don't have the sales and you don't have the business aspect. And this is where I see so many guys, they get burned out, is they're so focused on either the operations, they get the work and do the work. And it's important. It's important to do the work and get the work, right? So the sales and the operations, and they're so focused on that, and they overlook the rest. And I'll tell a quick story, and it's actually a concrete company. He was sort of a competitor. And then when I left this space, I sold out the company. I went traveling with my family, and that was the reason we sold out. We kind of got to the point where I wanted to do this more than, run a concrete business. I wanted to coach more. And we had a great opportunity to load the kids and the wife in an RV, travel around North America, and just enjoy life. And when I left this gaping hole where he swooped in. So guy I used to work with, great guy, he was doing about $6.5–7 million in sales. And everyone looked at him and, oh my goodness, he's this great business. Well, he ended up recently personally bankrupting and corporately bankrupting, owing vendors over $2 million. Now, when you look at a company that size, $6.5 million in sales, and it's like, oh my goodness, how can he bankrupt with $6.5 million in sales? Because he had no control over this business side of things. You know, his pricing, he was leaving so much on the table because he didn't know his numbers. And one of the analogies I always use, and it works very well in the construction industry because you guys can understand this, but if I was to take a house and I was going to remove the roof off of it, and I was going to build a second story and throw the roof on it, the first thing the engineer looks at is the foundation. Is the foundation going to be able to carry the weight load of the rest of that, that extra weight of the second story? And in business, so many times we, if we're having financial problems or we're having a lack of work or cash flow is an issue, we throw sales at it. We think sales is the answer. Increase sales. Go out there and sell, 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 sell. Well, if you're selling 10 jobs and losing $100 on them because your pricing's not right and you're bleeding out money because your business isn't controlled, selling 100 more jobs is going to make you lose more money and greater amount of money. And this is the things that so many people overlook so many times. I don't know if Rocky's dancing or he's trying to tell me something over there. So, it's that whole triangle and making sure that your business side is managed and maintained, and that you have that foundation so that when you do have an increase of sales, that you're able to manage it. How many times have you guys gone through growth where you've had this influx of sales and quality goes down? I mean, I think everybody right off the bat, you have an influx of sales and you're like stressing out over cash flow. Now you have more employees that you have to pay more every Friday or every other Friday, and the money's not there, and numbers become greater because your foundation isn't built. That business side isn't built. And I'll give one last real life example. I was working with a guy who was building marketing campaigns, and he was telling me about a story of this campaign he built, this gentleman, and they turned it on. And oh my goodness, the guy's getting leads and getting sales. And the guy calls him and goes, dude, your campaign's working. I'm getting leads. He's like, okay, that's great. A couple weeks later, he calls him up, and now there's a little bit of nervousness in his voice. He's like, we're getting sales. And the guy's like, well, that's great. Well, after about a month, the company calls the guy up and is like, turn this off now. And irate. And the guy's like, what the heck's going on? He goes, if you keep this up, you will bankrupt my company. They weren't ready for the influx of sales. So I think one of the biggest things, the reason why I tell you that story, and it kind of goes against a lot of the stuff that you hear where like sales. You know what? Sales is great. Sales is the oxygen of business. It really is. You need to get, so you can do. But the only way that you can have your business at the end of the day through an influx of sales, an influx of work being done, is to make sure that you manage that business side and know your numbers, know your financial abilities and capabilities of your company, to have control of your cash flow. In a 2018 survey, 86% of contractors said they struggle with cash flow. Actually, sorry, I have it written right here. 84% problems with cash flow. 19% deal with it constantly, and 17% say it's an every month issue. So, that falls into that business thing. Getting that control over your business, building the systems, the processes you need, gaining the financial intelligence, gaining control over your numbers and control over your finances. So that today, you know what? That's the little message I want to put across, the value I want to bring. I'm so grateful for Rocky and the guys on this this page, the admin, for allowing me to come. And you know what, guys? Honest, I'll be completely transparent, because as we do this a little bit more, you'll realize I'm a very transparent guy. I asked them, and literally I said, I think AJ was the first one I reached out to. I said, AJ, I want to go live every week. I have 12-week kind of thing that I do. I'm not selling a darn thing. I don't want to sell a darn thing. I just want to bring value, because my whole business is based on the vision of my business is to bring professionalism and profitability to the trades. And my mission is to help those in the trades or contractors to have a greater impact in their businesses, their lives, their families, and their communities. Because guys, at the end of the day, running the business is great, making the money is great, but making an impact is, what it's about. Going out there and making that impact. So for me, coming on here, taking my time, working with these awesome guys on this page, it's just to bring you guys value, bring you guys some information. Hopefully you guys can see some stuff, make some mindset shifts, change your business, have a greater impact, and just, hey, go out there and rock it every day. So there you go, Rocky. Awesome.